Hi, everyone. It's Friday, a gorgeous summer-like day here on Long Island, and I am Marcia Grace, your calm creativity connector. And we are coming to the end of our several weeks discussion of happiness. And today I want to kind of wrap things up and really kind of summarize in a way by saying that by talking about really what are the thoughts that hinder our happiness, because we want to be happy, right? So hi Robert, good to see you. All right, so but as I always say, there is a way that you can view your feelings and your thoughts so that you can discover the solutions to your problems, whatever they may be, business problems, relationship problems, family, whatever, all those different, we all have them. And, there's certainly no one, I think, walking the face of the earth that doesn't have some sort of issue to deal with. And yet we do have a way to view those situations differently so that we can find the answers that are right within our own inner wisdom. So, because it all begins with your thoughts. Everything begins with your thoughts, as I always say, and that's why I teach what I teach. I teach meditative contemplation to differentiate it from meditation, which you might have some ideas about, but it's quite different. And the idea is that through our own understanding of ourselves. And that can be difficult especially at the beginning. That can be difficult, and that's why it's good to have a teacher, someone who's you're accountable to, or someone you can go to if something comes up that's upsetting or disturbing, because you have to get through that. I mean, that is part of the process, like anything else. You learn how to ride a bicycle as a kid, right? You fell off and scraped your knees a few times before you really went sailing off into the sunset. So nothing comes without some sort of a learning experience, a learning curve, and contemplating your own hidden issues is certainly one of those. So if you're interested in knowing more about what I do in my program, which will be coming up soon, I'll be doing a group class. Please just go to my website. You have the URL there, and sign up. So good. All right. So I want to begin by talking about a study that recently was done at the University College of London. And it says that they found that repetitive negative thinking, listen to this, is linked to cognitive decline. It creates a higher number of harmful protein deposits in the brain. And you know what happens when that happens, because then you're at a greater risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. So, wow, right? Your negative thinking, your repetitive negative thoughts. And this is why it is absolutely essential to get in touch with what you're thinking. And that may sound funny, right? You think you know what you're thinking? No, you really don't. Because we have so many thoughts and they're coming so fast that we really aren't able to capture most of them unless we really pay attention. So, and that's what meditative contemplation helps you do. It helps you become aware of those negative thoughts so that you can do something about it. You don't want to end up with Alzheimer's, do you? So here are some of the forms. This is what I want to talk about today, just because, again, it seems, I don't do that. I don't have negative, or maybe, if I have a negative thought, I don't pay any attention to it. But let's notice some of the things we might be thinking that come up frequently that could be hanging around in our thoughts and causing us grief underneath the surface that we're not even aware of. So the first thing that you might find yourself saying is, I can't do fill in the blank. Hi, Genevieve. Oh, I'm so glad you were able to come. Hi. Good to have you here. So I can't do, right? I can't do math. I can't cook. It's so common for us to just jump the gun right away and say we can't do something. And it probably is because we never bothered to learn how. That sounds pretty simple, right? Camille, hi. Oh, I'm so glad to see you here too. So, so I think the more important question in this idea of I can't do is to ask yourself, why do you want to do that thing you think you can't do? Or why might you want to do it? I think that's an important question to ask, because often, we look around at other people and, we think, oh, I should do that. I should be able to do that too. So there might be a competitive aspect there, and you're not really noticing. And if that's the case, you really have to ask yourself, is it really important that I know how to do this thing? Am I going to be less happy if I don't do it? Or maybe you want to please someone. Right? That's possible. Maybe you want to please someone, and so you think, oh, if I learn how to do this, then they'll be happy with me. They'll like me better. Well, if your relationship is based on doing something to please someone else so that they will like you, that may not be the best thing, because your relationship should be based on who you are right now. Who you are, who you represent as yourself, and your interests in the things that you love to do. So put that into consideration when you say I can't do. All right. Another thing we might be saying or doing is, why can't I be more like? And then you put this person on a pedestal, right? This person that you admire. And of course, comparisons are unavoidable. We always compare ourselves. And it's even necessary at times, because it'll help you determine, where you currently are in your desire to accomplish a goal. And that's normal. So, you want to ask yourself, well, what skills do you have? If you want to be more like somebody, what is it you like about them? What do you like? Denise, oh my goodness. Hi, Denise. I'd love for you to email me and tell me what's going on with you. Watch those kids, that son of yours grow. He's probably huge. So you may want to follow in the footsteps of someone you admire for a while. In a mentoring program, perhaps. Maybe they're teaching something and you can learn from them, and that's really great. So you gain familiarity with your goal, the thing you want to be like this person, and that's perfectly appropriate, right? We can admire people and say, I really would like to follow in that person's footsteps, or follow follow in their career path. And because it's something you're passionate about, it's something you're interested in. So absolutely, but you don't want to be like that person, because you're not that person, you're you. And who you are, you will bring you to whatever you pursue, and that will make your efforts that much more important to whoever it is that you are working with, whatever job you're doing, whoever you're working, being of help to, perhaps, whatever it is you're doing. So you don't want to be like somebody, but you may want to follow in their footsteps for a little while until you find your own feet, and then you go be you. All right, so another thing we might be saying, see, these are these negative thoughts that the negative thoughts, what happens with them is they keep you from moving ahead. Because if you keep playing those negative thoughts over and over and over again, you're not moving it forward. So this is why we want to really, get in there and notice what we're thinking so that we can put a stop to it. All right, maybe there's another thing you say. Now, I don't know how you feel about other people. Some people are people who really enjoy other people and hanging out with people, and other people maybe not so much. So it depends on where you fit in that category. But you might find yourself saying, I don't trust these people. I don't trust this particular person. That might be something you find yourself saying a lot when you meet someone new that you don't know. I don't know if I can trust them. Right? So is that something that comes up for you? Give me a yes or a comment if any of these things are hitting home for you, because I'd love to know. If you are saying that, do you worry what other people's reactions will be to your opinions or your initiatives? Is that your concern? Is that why you're saying you don't trust them? That maybe maybe they, maybe you're so concerned about what they think that that it inhibits you from doing and being who you are. So, because there's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be people who are going to say, "Oh no, you shouldn't do that," or "That's no good," or then you say, "Well, I don't know if I should trust their opinion or not." And I say, never trust another person's opinion until you first check in with yourself. First check in with yourself. Because when you check in with yourself and you're clear on what your goal is and where you're going and who you are, then you can look to see what other people are saying and take it into consideration, but not because your decisions hang on their opinions, okay? Don't ever do that. Genevieve, what are you telling me? Sometimes with business, I'm not usually worried about what others think of me, though. Good. Well, that's good. Yeah. It's again, when it comes to business, it's so true. You do perhaps want other people's opinions about how you might look at something or do something, and that's normal, and that's very important. But as I said, come from a place of your own sense of who you are and what you're trying to accomplish first, and not that you're just like out there hoping somebody's going to put you in the right direction, because that can really lead to a lot of issues. So don't do that. So turn a blind eye to those people who are free with their advice, maybe when you didn't even ask for it. Maybe you can't trust them because they are really not trying to serve your own best interests. So when you've decided on a path, after you've deliberated all the pros and all the cons, don't let others stop you from whatever it is you want to do. Be who you are. Always be who you are. All right. Another thing we might say in our negative thinking, and this is you want to watch out for, is this is the procrastinator. I'll do this after I do something else, after I make that phone call, after I read this report. I'll do this after I lose weight. I'll do this after I get back from vacation. Whatever it is, whatever, we get this idea, and then we get this little monkey on our back that says, "Oh, no, don't do that now. No, you go do this first. Do something else." And it'll put you off, right? Does that ever happen to you? Think about it. I bet you if you think about it, you'll realize there's a lot of things you never got to do because the minute you had that thought, something else jumped in there and stopped you, made you turn aside and go do something else. And I like to put it this way. Our ego is not our friend. We all have egos, but we also have our, I could say our spiritual part, the spiritual part of us. The part of us, when I say spiritual, what I mean is the part of us that's connected to our higher self, that will always guide us in the right direction, that will be helpful for our lives. Okay, so that's that part. But then there's the ego part, the part that's always scared, that's always doubtful, that's always questioning, that's always just fearful. That's the nature of the ego. So when your ego jumps in there and tries to, and it'll jump in there, it'll try to stop you from doing the very thing that really will move you ahead to your next level. You want to be aware of that. You want to notice it, because that's the very thing that's going to lead to your happiness, right? We're trying to be happy here, and you're not going to be happy if you're listening to that ego that says, "Oh no, go do this. Oh, you had this idea? Yeah, later. Go do this." No, don't let that happen. All right, so maybe you can't implement that thing immediately. Maybe there's some other things you have to do first, but write it down, for goodness sakes. When I wake up in the morning, I sit with a piece of pencil and paper, and I, in my meditation time or whatever, and I write down, because I often get many great thoughts, and they come, and if I didn't write them down, they'd be gone, right? So whether you talk it into your phone or whatever you do, make note of it right away and put it on your list of things to do. However you do that, put it on your list. So if you can't do immediately, put it on your list of things to do. Because if you got that idea, I bet it came from your higher self that wants you to move ahead and wants you to achieve success and be happy in your life. But again, that little naggy part of us, that ego part of us, is going to jump in there and try to stop you. So be aware of that, okay? All right. Here's another one that all those negative thoughts, they come in. Yeah, you got to write stuff down, Genevieve says. Right, absolutely. Unless you have a photographic one of those memories that you remember everything. That's the last thing I have. Okay, how about this one? Repetitive negative thinking about the past or the future. Shoulda, coulda. Right? Oh my goodness, those shoulda, couldas, if I had only, and we ruminate on all of those things that we didn't do, and all the missed opportunities, and the things we said that we shouldn't have said, and it goes on and on and on, right? You know what I'm talking about, right? All right, so, but the one true thing that you can say about the past or the future is that it is not now, right? The past is over. Done. The future hasn't happened yet. The only time that's real is now. And that's the only time, believe it or not, that you can be happy. You can only be happy now. So if you're in the past worrying about something that you shoulda, coulda, or you're, thinking about the future and what you could do tomorrow, you're not now. And there's no happiness there. That's not happiness. So, when you pursue your current thoughts right away, they will lead you to the next step. In other words, if you're in the present and you whatever comes up for you in the moment, as I said, write it down, or if you can pursue it right away, do it. Good. Genevieve agrees with me. Now is all that matters. We can only be happy now. Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. When you pursue your current thoughts, they're going to lead to the next thing. You get a thought, right? It's like a chain reaction. You have a thought, and then you start to implement it, you put it into action, and then all of a sudden you get other ideas. They kind of like tag along, right? Where they kind of jump on board, and then this whole thing gets rolling, and it's very exciting. I mean, I love when that happens and when I allow myself to be in the present moment. So, and the more that happens, the more you allow that to happen, you're getting stuff done, and you're accomplishing your goals, and you're moving ahead. You're proving to yourself that you are a worthy and useful addition to humanity. And believe it or not, you may say, oh, come on, do I care about humanity? Of course you do. Maybe not, you're not thinking of it in those terms, but I really believe human nature, we want to be helpful. We want to feel we're part of a greater whole in which we're participating in a positive way. So, and that's what'll happen, and that, of course, will lead a good self-image, right, to a good self-image, and a good self-image is the basis for true happiness, right? That's when you will really feel complete and whole. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You don't have to turn cartwheels for people or do anything special. You can revel in your own beingness, and that's a wonderful thing. All right, last one, and that is, do you ever say this? I am too, and fill in the blank. I am too lazy, I'm too fat, I'm too old, I'm too tired, I'm too whatever it is you do. Yeah, right? Negative self-talk. Oh, wow. It happens. And you want to catch that as quickly as possible, because that is not productive. Not in any manner, shape, or form. The only thing that does is make you feel bad about yourself. and you're putting yourself in a box and sealing it up, and then saying, well, this is who I am and I can't change. And I've known a few people like that in my life, and they're not happy people. They're not happy people because they've limited themselves to their own negative perceptions, and they're stuck with it. They're just stuck. So we don't want to do that. It is really easy and pleasant to deal with the stress of feeling like a failure, right? No, it's not. You don't want to feel like a failure. It may seem easy to say I'm this and then just let it go, but there's stress underneath that, and that's going to dog you. That's going to hold you back. That's going to keep you out of the running. So. Okay, Genevieve, she's being very honest now. She says, I have to get out of saying I'm too tired. Well, maybe you need more sleep. I mean, that could be true. Maybe you're working too hard and you need more sleep. So, I mean, that's something that you have to kind of weigh and measure, and for yourself whether that's true. I mean, if you're getting to bed at 2 a.m. and getting up at 6, I think you're not getting enough sleep. So, and sleep, oh my goodness, sleep is so, so important. So make sure you get enough sleep, everybody. All right, so what else? I'm 2. So, yeah. So negative attitudes about yourself will only lead to, and this is what, again, with the, just this negative self-talk, it produces hormones in your body, as we've just talked about earlier. And it's going to lead to illness. It's going to lead to illness of body and of spirit too, of your own spirit for your life, for your joy and your happiness. So you definitely want to catch those negative thoughts and that self-talk, because you do have everyone. I know everyone that's listening, it has absolutely fantastic characteristics and traits to share with others, and those are the things you want to focus on. Nobody's perfect. Granted, nobody's perfect. We all have our stuff, but if you're focusing on your negative stuff and not on your positive stuff, how much good stuff are you going to get done? It just makes sense, right? So it's never too late to catch your damning thoughts and question the truth of them, okay? Because even if you say maybe I am too fat, maybe I am. So what does that mean? That means I need to take care of myself better. I need to eat better. Maybe I need to sleep more. They say if you don't sleep a lot, you tend to gain weight. So that could be something that helps. But do something about it. Don't just bemoan that you're a victim of whatever it is and then try to pretend like it's not important. Take care of it. So as long as you live and breathe, you can change. I do believe that. I know I've heard people say, oh, I can't change. That's how I am. And fine, if that's what they want to believe, then that's what they'll be. So, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that, and I hope you don't do that, because we need you to be the best person you can be. The world needs you to go out and be the wonderful person with the wonderful characteristics and traits and abilities that you have that you can share with others. So all that's required to be happy is to make a decision to be happy, to do the things, to catch your negative thoughts and to question them. Bring them up for questioning. Don't just assume that they're correct. Bring them up for questioning. And of course, the thing that I like to focus on as a teacher of contemplative meditation is that as you learn to do the process, and you do this every day, you begin to develop an ability to understand yourself better and to find the answers to your problems. You'll be given the answers to your problems, and it's just an organic thing that happens. It's not like you're sitting around waiting for an answer. It'll come through. It'll come through in the form and in the way that you can understand it and use it. And it's what I call a miracle. It's a very miraculous kind of way to live. and I mean it in the best sense of the word. A miracle being a change of your perception in your mind. I'm a Course in Miracles person. For many, many, many years I've been teaching it, and a miracle in the Course in Miracles is a change of perception. Change of perception, so that where you had that negative thought, you believed something a certain way, which is holding you back and causing you to suffer and be miserable, all of a sudden, voila, the clouds clear away, the sky is blue, and you see a path ahead. Just like that, just like that. That's a miracle. So it can be suddenly you see someone that you were angry at, and you realize you don't really want to be angry at them anymore, or you understand why they did what they did, so you don't have those feelings anymore. Whatever it is, I mean, it could be any of a million things, but the idea is that you shift that perception so that now you have only joy and happiness in your heart. All right, so. And that releases even more creativity in yourself, and you just it's a constant overflowing of abundance. That's what I'm heading toward. That's what I want you to head toward. That sense of that abundance is yours. You just have to open the gates and let it flow. So, all right. I think I said everything I need to say today about the thoughts that hinder happiness, and how you can discover them, work with them, and free yourself from them so that you can live your really most wonderful, happy, joyful life. Sounds good, right? I hope so. All right, so now, if you want to hang around for another couple of minutes, I always do a little meditation. So I light the candle over here, and if you like to look at a candle, you can. We do a little breathing, and that's another thing I really want to talk a lot about, because I am into breath work like nobody's business. I just, the value of knowing how to breathe properly, and I know you'll probably laugh when I say, oh, most people don't know how to breathe. But it's true. We are not taught how to breathe properly. Unless you've been taking yoga with a really good teacher for years, you probably don't know how to breathe properly. Or maybe if you're an athlete and you've studied certain breathing techniques. But otherwise, most people do not breathe properly, and it's a cause of a lot of illness. Yeah, because we're not getting the oxygen into our bodies, and it just affects the whole structure of the body, the spine, and everything. So, but that's for another day. That's for another day. So now, here's the candle. We're going to do a couple of slow, deep breaths in, and let's do our box breath today. A couple of months ago, I was teaching all kinds of different breaths. So that was one of them, the box breath, which is like it's a 4 in, 4 hold, 4 out, 4 hold. So that makes the box, right? So I want you to breathe in. We're gonna blow out all the air. Just blow it out, and then we'll start with the 1, 2, 3, 4. In, hold, out, hold. Okay, ready? Okay, blow out. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold acceptance in your heart. And in, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. And out, 2, 3, 4. One more. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. And hold, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think I lost track there a little bit, but you get the idea. All right, so how does that feel? Sometimes if we haven't done any deep breathing at all, we can get dizzy. If you're a little dizzy, that's normal. So don't worry about it. all that oxygen getting into places is going like, wow, I haven't been here in a long time. So, okay. Now that we're filled with oxygen, fresh oxygen, I want you to just close your eyes for a moment or two. We're going to spend a couple of minutes now. And today, I think what we'll do is, since we've been talking about negative self-talk, I want you to imagine yourself in your home, where many of us have been for months now, it seems like. Imagine you're in your home, and I want you to go to your bathroom. Okay? Go to your bathroom, turn on the light, and stand in front of the mirror. I'm sure there must be a mirror right there in front of, over the sink, right? And if there isn't, then imagine that there is. So you're looking into the mirror. You're looking into the mirror. And what do you see? You see a face. Whose face do you see? Your face. And I want you to look right into your own eyes. Look right into your own eyes. Is it difficult to do that? For some people, it's difficult. But try. Make an effort to look into your eyes, because this is you. This is you who walk this earth with all your gifts, your characteristics, your abilities. This is the person whose skin you inhabit for this period here on earth. And this is who you have at your side all the time. You are your own best friend, I hope. And if you're not, but you're going to be, right? You're going to be, because you're going to catch those negative thoughts and you're going to release them so that you can be your own best friend. And just smile at yourself. Let the corners of your mouth go up and smile at yourself as you look at yourself in the mirror. And now maybe look around your face. You might let's look at your different characteristics, and look at your hair, look at your eyebrows. Notice, do you have wrinkles in your forehead? You earned every one of them. Look at your cheekbones. And then moving down, your nose. How about your nose? Do you have a big nose, small nose, turned up nose? What kind of nose? It's the perfect nose for you. And then look at your mouth. You're smiling, right? You're smiling. You see your teeth, right? At least a little smile. You see a little bit of teeth there. And are your teeth crooked? Are they straight? What are they? I hope you're taking care of your teeth, by the way. It's very, very important to take care of your teeth. Get your teeth cleaned so that you maintain good health. And your chin. Pointy chin, stubby chin, no chin. All right, this is your face. This is you. Well, it's not you, because the you is within, but it's you that you show to the world. And this smile, I hope you're having, is something you want to take with you into the world. You want to take that smile as you greet other people. And behind that smile is your knowledge, what you know, what you have to share. So once again, look into your eyes, your own eyes, right there in the mirror, and see this unique individual that is you. And honor yourself and trust yourself that you have whatever you need to accomplish your goals. All right, you can close your eyes now, and we'll step back from the mirror. And And if you want to leave the bathroom, you can leave the bathroom and find yourself back in your seat, wherever you may be. And we'll take one more slow, deep breath in. And as you release any last little bit of tension or resistance or fear or doubt, you can let your eyes come open, and we are back. Okay. Oh, it didn't ring my bell. Let me ring my bell. Love that chime. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you enjoyed that meditation, please give me a like, make a comment. I would love to hear what you have to say. Oh, by the way, Genevieve just told me that she doesn't hold her breath due to having asthma. Okay. Well, of course, you do whatever you have to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so if there's any suggestions you have, anything in particular you'd like me to talk about, please share it with me. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook. I'm everywhere. I'm the Calm Creativity Connector on Instagram. And you can find me at Marsha Grace, of course, here on Facebook and in LinkedIn. And please, please, please know that everything begins with a thought. Everything begins with a thought. So watch your thoughts and keep them light. All right? Have a gorgeous weekend. Love to all. Be well. Until next Friday.